Hello and welcome to Money9, India's first multilingual personal finance platform. Joining me today is a multifaceted personality, a brilliant actor, an educationist, as well as a market expert. Siddharth Chatterjee, welcome to Money9.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Chatterjee, before we dive into the world of stocks and markets, I'm sure all our viewers want to know your experience of working with the legendary Satyajit Ray.
Well, I was a kid at that point of time, only 14 years old. So I hardly could understand what Ray is all about. Except the fact that I was very fascinated with his personality. And if someone has met Ray or has worked with Ray, he will only understand, appreciate what kind of personality I'm talking about. There's a great learning process from him. And I think apart from the acting and cinematographic skills and all that, you can leave that separately. The main thing which you learn by interacting with a person like is actually managerial skills. I've learned a lot of managerial skills, and I've used that for my various activities, my businesses. And the other thing which I really learned is that the process of which, fortunately or unfortunately, the modern day executives and managers, even the actors, even the directors, since off late I have been into a lot of films in Bengali, and I've seen the difference. The process of mastering the subject of time management is something which one could learn from Ray. I personally think at 24 hours, he developed into 48 hours a day by mastering the art of time management. I have tried to copy him to the extent I have, and I found that you can still at least you can't do 48 hours. I think I've been able to manage to do 30 hours a day. That is something great learning process from Ray. The film part of it is a different story because these people or the genre of Ray and Mrinal Sen or Tapon Sena, that genre is visibly missing these days. That's because the homework he used to do before making a film is an unbelievable piece of action. In fact, I'm given to understand through an interview of Sir Richard Attenborough that Gandhi homework, the film Gandhi, took about 12 years to do the homework. And that's precisely they could shoot with 1 lakh people in the outdoors, which is unbelievable as far as I'm concerned. So Ray, for me, is a management guru. In fact, I'm writing a book on Ray. I've finished the writing on the book on Ray, which one chapter is dedicated to Ray, the management guru. So that's the way I look as a
Absolutely.
chartered accountant.
Yes. So, as you said, management and research is also important for investment as well. So, from films to markets. So, how should an investor invest today in the market, especially seeing the record highs that are visible these days?
Record highs is just a number. It doesn't mean anything. You had a record high of, let's say, 40,000 Sensex. That was a number. Now, then you had a record high of 45,000 Sensex. That was also a number. Now you have a record high of 51,000 Sensex. That's also a number. One day you will find a record high of 60,000. That's also a number. You have to understand that the investment process is well studied, and the theme under which you are making your investment planning, automatically, whether the numbers happen or not, your numbers are going to, that means your wealth is going to create a record. And that's the way to look at stock market, not in terms of what is Nifty or what is Sensex.
Okay, so Mr. Chatterjee, how should an investor identify the right stocks and the right sectors to invest?
Principally, the right stocks are the good names. Now, whether MRF is costly or not, it's not the issue. It's the right tire stock. So, one has to invest. Top line growth in excess of 25% and bottom line growth in excess of 18%. RONW, return on net worth, about 15 to 18%. Should be fair enough. And I would add brand to it. Companies with brand has the pricing power. So obviously their top line is ensured because of the brand. I mean, a Gillette or Asian Paints, they have the brand to dictate the price. So if they can dictate price, what happens automatically? The top line goes up. Asian Paints have doubled their business in every 3 years since 1985. Why? Because they have been able to penetrate the market and currently also has a 55% market share. So brand is one add-on, market share is add-on, and then a very simple technique. What is the product a commoner believes? A commoner believes in a Hindustan Lever product. A commoner believes in a Godrej some product. A commoner believes in a Tata Steel. So you have to understand how these creates a demand, and in trying times, in COVID times or non-COVID times, these companies can manage to stay afloat because brand, because Janta likes the product. So there's a demand, and you would see in your life there are a lot of products. By closing your eyes, you would tend to buy that. You don't question a Colgate. You just buy and pick up a Colgate because that's a toothpaste you want to use. So you can't go wrong with a Colgate. Maybe the growth will not be always right. But then these are the basic ways. Now, when you look at something which you can't perceive or cannot feel, like let's say softwares, let's say artificial intelligence, like whatever we are doing today is a digital platform. This digital platform, the businesses with informatics, AI, robotics, big data. Now these are the now they will because of the digital infrastructure getting created. They are the mega businesses for the tomorrow. So you could also choose those kind of stocks.
Okay, so sir, talking of understanding and identifying the stocks at a very fundamental level, what is fundamental analysis?
Fundamental analysis deals with financial figures that the company has been able to generate and find out the standing financially, how the company is looking like. Is it too much of debt? Is it too much of equity capital? Is it a bloated sundry creditors? Is it a bloated sundry debtors? Are their profit growth track correct? Are they growing at an X rate for the last 5 or 10 years? So these figures are arrested through things called financial cash flow statements, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So not everyone will be able to understand a balance sheet or a profit and loss account, but they can understand the growth in sales by scribbling down the sales figure every year for the last 5 years, and then can use a calculator to find out how the growth rate has been. As I said, a 25% top line growth, which is the sales growth, is a doable investment idea. Then similarly, they will have to find out how the cost over the last 5 years. Just take out the cost, post it in your paper on a worksheet, Excel sheet, and then find out how costs have been in proportion to the sales for the last 5 years. Is it in ascending order or is it in stability order, or is it descending? And then take out the profits for the last 5 years and find out how the profit has grown over the last 5 years. Very simple figures. For, of course, professional chartered accountants like us, we go into much more depth because of having a knowledge base of certain XYZ. But I think that is not very important. The very important is to know the basics.
And at a technical level, what is technical analysis, sir?
Technical analysis basically analyzes the price behavior of stocks. It sharpens the entry level and exit level. It tries to figure out how overheated the market is or how under-owned the market is. So to an extent, it tries to time the market, though timing the market is a wrong concept as far as I'm concerned. But for traders, the technical analysis helps them to go for various trading ideas, where to enter, when to enter, where to exit, when to exit, and things like that. And this is studied through the charting techniques like graphs. And one technician, once he gets into the understanding of technical analysis, he gets to understand the rhythm and the movement pattern of stocks. And there are so many other things along with technical analysis which comes inside the technical analysis, which once learned well, I think one would be able to. It's a very common sense subject. It's not a rocket science. It's a very common sense subject. So I think everyone can do it. I mean, I've been teaching technical analysis for the last 20 years. I've found ordinary boys and girls, they have been able to pick up quite well. In fact, they these days they points out some mistakes I have done, and I'm very happy that my students can point out mistakes on me, and I'm very happy about that.
Well, before we wrap up, Mr. Chatterjee, what are your favorite stocks that have given you unexpected return or return that are more than what you had expected before?
Well, last year I chanced upon to understand a company called Dixon at 2,500 to 3,000 level, because I could understand that they would be an import substitution company in the field of electronics. Not that I knew that the PLI scheme will come. So that 3,000 rupee stock has now become 19,000 rupees. So I'm very happy with the performance. And see, along with that, I had thought about stocks like Tanla Platforms, artificial intelligence company that also did very well from 200 rupees level, about 800 times in a very short period of time. I still hold and I own stocks like Affle. These are not the general names people are used to it. These are all 2021 fine, 2020 found, and I still believe that they are miles to go. So I have been working on more new digital portfolios. Of course, on the classical stock selection ideas, I am married to Kotak Bank and HDFC Bank from the banking sector. Of late, I have added State Bank of India because I think the worst is over, and it's a huge bank. So that bank can now do wonders, and especially State Bank of India has got quite a bit into digital platform through the YONO, their new platform, YONO. And I think the bank can do wonders. And my favorite always has been this new digital portfolios like IndiaMart, Nivesh, which has also given stupendous return. I think Naukri.com, not because of the Naukri business platform, more for unlocking of value through Zomato, in which they have invested. And I think that valuation could be about $5 billion. So that valuation unlocking in Naukri really gives a chance that wherever there are dips, you could possibly buy Naukri, and so on and so forth. The hunt is going on every day anyway.
Thank you, Mr. Chatterjee, for joining us today and sharing your insights. You are watching Market Masterclass on Money9.